Yo, what is going on, guys? Godrekton here today, bringing you a new video on the new skin, Dawnbringer Renekton. So, as a Renekton main, it's been a long time since we've had a skin. Precisely, it's been about since November 2021, when Renekton got his last skin being project, and for the longest time I've been wondering, what could they possibly make next on Renekton? I still think there's a lot of untapped ideas with the skins that Riot could possibly make with Renekton, such as, I don't know, a Butcher type skin as like an April Fool's, possibly some kind of God King skin, which I think would be an amazing idea, especially between Nasus and Renekton. And even this skin line was kind of one of them as well. However, they decided to make Dawnbringer, which is a very interesting choice. So my first impressions on the skin, if we just take a look at it, it's pretty, like, I kind of like it a lot. Initially, some people might know that I was quite a big hater. I was hating on the skin idea that, like, why is it Dawnbringer? Why is it not Nightbringer? You know, it doesn't make sense with the theme and stuff. And while I still think a little bit like that, I think Riot could have possibly made it any better. I mean, just look at it. I think when you compare all the rest of the God skins, this by far is probably the best and most nice skin that there possibly is. Like, when you compare things like to champs like there's Riven, like Chromas, Gragas, like there's so many of these Dawnbringer champions, but there's not a skin where he's this like gold or like blue. Like, there's not a champion that kind of replicates that. And I think as a skin, this is quite possibly be the best skin that they've made in the Dawnbringer theme. And I'm no skin connoisseur, but I can tell they put a lot of effort into this. Now, straight away from looking at it, what we can notice is that Renekton has a few different details. He has hair. For the first time ever, they actually gave Renekton hair. Like, at first when I saw this, I wasn't sure what to quite think about this, but you know what? I don't really mind. Renekton gets to have hair, you know. For the longest time, Renekton's associated about being bald, you know, like a bald crocodile, and everyone thinks of Soul Renekton only because he's bald, but they gave him hair now, so you can actually associate it with other streamers, like maybe myself, you know. But you know, it's pretty cool, I guess. You know, it kind of fits into that like mythological like beast creature type thing, where like I think some things like in Greek mythology or stuff like that, like there's creatures that have like this like humanoid hair or humanoid looking features while looking like a beast, and I think it follows that pretty well if we look at it that way. Next, in terms of features, he has a pretty big horn. You know, you could say he's very horny. But regardless of that, you know, I think it's interesting. It gives him more character as well. Makes him look more like scary, like beastly, like, you know, very godlike too, you could say. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna look into it too much, but you know, I think it's a pretty interesting feature. And next, the blade. This blade is amazing. I mean, it's RGB for God's sake. Like, look at this blade. If lights have been different colors, you know, and I think that's pretty cool, you know. There hasn't been a skin yet where, like, there's been multiple colors on the blade, and this is, like, the first time we're really seeing that. And I think it's pretty cool, actually. I didn't think they would ever do this. Like, I never even crossed my mind to do this, and, well, here we are. Like, pretty nice skin, to be quite honest. In terms of other features, we have different eye colors. I think that's pretty interesting, too. One eye is red, one eye is blue. I guess it kind of associates between the fact that he's a Dawnbringer, so quite a heroic type of champ, or, like, character, let's say, while he still has some rage elements, some like side of him that still keeps that, you know, that rage corruption, which is shown from his other eye, and I think it's pretty interesting details. So far from my first impressions, I'm quite happy with it. However, I'm not a big fan of the whole like overuse of blue colors. Like, there's so many skins off the top of my head that are using blue colors. Like, let's think specifically. There's Prehistoric, Hextech, which this skin does look like pretty similar to in terms of the color scheme, which I wasn't happy about originally. Outback is also blue. Black Frost is also blue. Other skins are on top of my head. I don't think there's any other blue skins, but that's quite a lot still. 4 blue skins out of Renekton's, like, I think 10 skins, 12 skins. I'm not entirely sure what the number is, but regardless, I digress, you know. Like, I do think that they could have went for the Nightbringer theme instead. You know, I think a red-looking skin would be pretty cool, but you could argue that Blood Fury and Scorched Earth already fit those categories. You could be right. However, I think thematically, it would make a lot more sense. Now, not everything needs to be the same color or to follow the themes. And I think, again, Riot did an excellent job on this. And I think it looks like one of Renekton's best skins, like, just from glance. Now, I don't think I would get bored of these colors so often. I mean, it just fits as well. Like, if I'm playing around the map, it blends in. It's not too show-offy. Like, it has the perfect amount of detail, you know? Like, I just think it's, like, kind of nice to look at and play with. So, what about the effects? What do the effects look like? Well, if I just get a dummy here, we can find out. I mean, I have one here too, but forget that. So, in terms of auto attacks, here's what the autos look like. So, it's like a little spark in the middle. Every time I hit it, like, these particle effects come out in, like, blue and yellow tones. Nothing too big, you know, it's kind of okay, I guess. Nothing over the top, which is completely fine. In terms of abilities, and actually, before we get into abilities, if we hit... we start glowing. Like, so when we're above 50 Fury, we start glowing even more, I think. I think it glows even more. I'm not entirely sure. I believe so. Yeah. So the more, like, Fury you have, the more you glow, which is really cool, I feel like. I really like that. And Project was the same, too. The more you, like, built your Fury, the more, like, colors that you kind of, like, produce as well on the model. So we're, like, really gold, blue... And pretty cool. I like the little effects too, you know. Pretty decent. Even the eye like glows red here. There's like yellow glow, blue glow. Like there's a lot of colors going on. And I really like that actually. So next, what about the Q? What does the Q look like? Well, starting from the empowered Q, this is what it looks like. So again. This is normal Q now. So nothing too big. I mean... it doesn't really blow me away when I look at Q. I mean, the powered effect looks kind of cool, you know, but it does remind me a lot of Hextech. Hextech share the same, like, kind of colors. It's like an orangey blue type of color. However, it's more, like, flashy, while this is very, like, minimalistic and a bit more smoother and calmer, I guess, in comparison. And I'm not sure I quite like that. I think... in comparison to his armor being gold and all stuff like that, I think the effects should also, like, be very, like, gold and, like, maybe yellowy, like, brighter, let's say. Like, it should be, like, brighter colors, I feel like. And while the effect kind of, like, barely lasts because of how quick Renekton's Q ability is, I still think they could have had more colors like the other skins, but that's probably, like, my only criticism here. Next, what does his W look like? This is his W. Renekton glows yellow. His blade glows yellow, too. Or gold, I guess we could say. Just shines brighter. So if we use it on someone... nothing too over the top. That's empowered there, though. It's essentially the normal, like, auto attack, but, like, just on W hits and, like, a bit of a yellow shine as well. Yeah, nothing over the top. I kind of like that he glows gold here. Pretty nice, especially when you're, like, zoomed out looking in. So that's his W. Next, we have his E, which is this. Excuse me as well. And empowered. So, I'm not a big fan of this, to be quite honest. Because I feel like there's not enough effects going on. And, I mean, I don't know. It looks like a cosmic type of effect. Like I don't know. I feel like they could have done a better job of the, if you ask me. Even, like, empowered. Like, I feel like it could be more, like brighter. Like, I think if the colors were a lot brighter and more, like, flashy, it could be really nice. But they went, like, for a lower, like, brightness on these. Probably, like, my only criticism, because I think it's hard to, like, appreciate the details enough. Especially, like, how fast it is. But, again, that's just Renekton, and maybe it's, like, a design, like, fault with the champion and, like, doing a skin like this. But regardless, it's okay. Now, what does his ult look like? His ult looks like this. Oops. So firstly, Renekton grows bigger, of course, and his whole body shines and has all these like little colors that go across him. Also, if you are playing with a Chroma, the skin, when you ult, it actually like goes over the Chroma look. So if you have like one of the Chromas, like a red Chroma, you'll look the same like this, which is a bit disappointing. However, it's okay, I guess, you know, overall. I think it looks good, like, for what it is. Renekton also has, like, a little crown on top, which I just noticed now. So I guess it's, like, when he's, I don't know, like, his Max Dawnbringer type thing, like, redeemed. Like, it kind of reminds me of the concept of redeemed Renekton, and I guess that's what they were going for here. And I think I'm a big fan of that. Not that I wanted a redeemed skin, however, I do feel like they've fit that perfectly, if this was going to be that. Next, well, also another little fact about Renekton ult, real quickly, is that when we use it, there's also this like yellow or like orangey type bar that goes around, and this is basically like a timer for yourself. So the second time it goes around and meets on the left here, that's when the ult ends, and it always works like this too. So once we get here, the ult will vanish, starts again here. So it's a little thing to know if you're playing against Renekton and you don't click on him to see his ult. If you want a visual like cue that's about to run out, it'll be here on the second rotation. So yeah, that's essentially it from the effects, and yeah, that's basically it. Now on to what I like and dislike. So what do I like about this skin? Firstly, I like the concept and how they've done this. Like, I was a big disbeliever at first when I heard this get announced. Like, I was like, Dawnbringer? Pff, that doesn't make sense. Like, what? Why would they go Dawnbringer? And while I still kind of think that, I still think that this is probably the best skin they could have made for this kind of a theme. Like, there's not another Dawnbringer skin that is better than this. Like, this is by far a 10 out of 10 skin, if you ask me. I mean, maybe it would be better without the hair. However, I still think it, like, fits fine. It's not really in the way or anything. It just kind of weird to see, I guess, Renekton with hair. But regardless, it's different. I like different stuff, you know? So, not bad at all. I quite like this. Any other features I like? Also, another thing I forgot to mention as well is, like, when you ult, the eye also turns, like, blue. Or it did turn blue sometimes. I guess it's... yeah, it's, like, blue now. I'm not sure what this is... I'm not sure if this is, like, a design fault or something like that, or flaw. But if they're looking for consistency, I'm just wondering, like, what this means. Like, does it mean he's, like, cured from his corruption and stuff like that, and his rage is just, like, I don't know, normal? Like, I don't really know, to be quite honest with you. But, yeah, I guess that's, like, one thing as well. But regardless of the things that I like the way it looks. It looks really good, really different. The colors fit really nicely, really, like, perfect. And I would say 10 out of 10 on the skin. Really, really good skin in terms of the look of it. However, what I don't like about it is the effects. I think the effects aren't bright enough. Like, personally, they go for, like, they look more like a cosmic type effect. Maybe they look similar in the skin line, I don't know, but the Q doesn't look as, like, hard-hitting, and it looks kind of like, how do I explain it? Like, there's just not enough color on it in like, correlation with his, like, gold armor and stuff like that. Like, it's very minimalistic. It's only when you get empowered, like, you can see, like, a bit of shine or, like, different colors, but I think it's not bright enough, if you ask me. I think if there's any consideration, it would be, like, to make the VFX a bit more brighter. W is fine. I think ult's fine, but it's more so the E and Q that definitely could be better. Another thing that I do like about this skin is also the chromas, and for you guys that are wondering what the chromas look like, I'll have some short clips here on what they look like, and if you're interested in getting them. So right now, I'm going to stop talking and just show you guys the chromas. So now that you guys have seen the chromas, that is practically it about the skin. So, in my conclusion, I think it's a very good skin. And let's talk about the splash art too. The splash art is absolutely amazing. Like, this is probably one of the best splash arts I've ever made on Renekton. And I felt like for the longest time, the Renekton mains community has been robbed of a good splash art. Due to all the fact that they always leave Renekton in these, like, skins where there's multiple characters. Like, there's Renektoid, there's Prehistoric, SKT... Black Frost. Like, there's so many skins where he's sharing a splash art with them. And now that he has his own splash art, you know, like another, like, separate one, like, with a Project having one too, it's really nice, you know, and it's really refreshing to see. And, you know, it can give my thumbnails more spice when I get to, you know, make a video with one. So, yeah. But overall, really good skin. Really happy about it. Was a disbeliever at first, but pretty good. I don't know the price yet. I think it's going to be 1,350, as there's no voice lines. There's also a lot of chromas, so it's going to be a little bit expensive. However, if you're an Renekton main and you want to get this skin, I highly recommend. However, if you're looking for effects and stuff like that, if you're choosing between Project and this, I definitely would say Project is better in terms of the effects and the overall quality of animations and stuff. So I guess that's like the real difference, you know, if you want to pick between the two. But yeah, that is essentially it. So guys, if you enjoyed the video and you like the skin, you know, make sure to leave a like, maybe comment. What would you guys want in a Renekton skin? Like, this is my question to you guys too. What would you like for that to be a skin with? Like, what kind of theme would you really be wanting? Like, for me, myself, I'd probably want a God King theme the most. I think God King is a perfect opportunity. And if they don't give Renekton the red skin that I want, I'm gonna do something bad. Let's just say that, you know. I'm gonna do something really bad because I want my red Renekton skin, you know. I've just been craving this for so long. So they better not give me another God King, like, skin or something, like, where he's, like, blue or whatever. Like, just give us a different color for once. Just please, give us a different color, you know? But regardless, really good skin. Is there any, like, you know, skins that you guys want to see? Make sure to leave in the comments below. But other than that, you know, thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed the content, make sure to sub. And I'll see you next time. So peace out and have a good one.